Incredible Mama June, fresh, shocking news mother. June is a character. Revealed, but what items they exposed, as well as how and why they did so. Those items, which we will cover in full. Later on, I will respond to your question, but first, there's one more crucial item, and that is Mama Jun's misguided quest journey for change and acceptance of oneself. Introduction to the real world. On-screen Mama Jun Shannon is well known for her appearance on Honey Boo Boo Comes Here. Started a moving adventure regarding weight loss as well as self-discovery 12 months before. Having surgery to lose weight, she asked the plastic for help. Surgeons on the show made mistakes. Mama Jun's made an effort to leftover stomach harm from an earlier procedures, especially C-sections, resulted in her to the poorly run clinic in the hopes that obtaining a stomach tuck, but her request for surgery intervention was greeted with surprising difficulties and revelations that this piece explores. Mama Jun's experience with the poorly executed doctors, her issues with losing weight, and her final change as a result of surgical techniques and individual tenacity. Mama Jun's weight reduction. Travel the journey of Mama Jun Shannon. Begin working towards weight loss after the arrival of Honey, her youngest daughter. After giving birth to her first child, Boo Boo child, Mama Jun, at the tender age of 15, negotiated the challenges of being a mother, battling for her own well-being and body image wanting to take her back. Assurance and vigor, she started a life-changing weight loss journey. With assistance from her personal trainers, direction and a dedication to veganism, recipes and wholesome eating practices the faulty encountered during her journey to lose weight. Mama Jun dealt with the fallout from C-section procedures, which resulted in her stomach aches that persist and scar tissue, wanting to tense her lower abdomen and accelerate her journey towards. Mama Jun looked for the knowledge and wellness of the defective plastics surgeons, but her goals were greeted with resistance from Dr. Terry Dubrow and Dr. Paul Nassif. In spite of her notable reduction in weight of 150 pounds in less than a year, and she abstained from consuming soda for more than 2 years, Mama Jun's 39-point BMI presented a serious surgical risk, intervention difficulties, as well as rejections that occurred throughout her consultation. With the flawed medical professionals, Mother June openly discussed her encounters with C-sections and shared her conviction that she ought to have had a stomach tuck, procedures that come after every birth, but the physicians discredited her false impression, emphasizing the dangers connected to her BMI at the moment and the essential for significant weight loss. Prior to contemplating surgery, intervention, Mother Jun's admission of difficulties following a prior C-section, consisting of a gash on her child's forehead, with later problems with intertrigo, highlighted how sophisticated she was, medical background, and the difficulties she encountered when obtaining surgical resilience, a path of solutions. Change in spite of the setback of not getting a stomach tuck. Mama Jun's the transformational journey continued. She had weight loss in 2016. Procedures such as gastric sleeve, both the surgery and the breast augmentation, initiating an extraordinary physical and emotional shift during the months later. Mama Jun went through a significant change, losing 300 pounds, but meeting the next obstacle of gaining 100 pounds in spite of the variations in her weight. Mother Jun came out with a renewed sense of accepting, self-acceptance, and confidence. Her weight at 240 pounds. In summary, Mother Jun Shannon's meeting. The botched doctors serve as an example of complexity of body image after weight loss, as well as medical procedures inside the domain of actuality. Television during her first search for a tummy tuck faced difficulties and refusals. The journey of Mama Jun embodies tenacity, resolve, and ultimately acceptance of oneself. through the use of surgery way of life, shifts and steadfast persistence. Mother Jun set out on a life-changing odyssey, in the end, accepting her physique and claiming her value beyond her physical appearance. Her story acts as evidence of the complexity and diversity of individual development and the long-term quest for self-awareness amid life's difficulties. Dissecting the claims. The dispute involving Honey Boo Boo's saga of college fundraising. First things first, Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson, a well-known real-life person, television, becomes involved in dispute as charges of managing a college fraud surface in spite of her open appeal on social media sites such as TikTok. Monetary support to cover costs associated with education. Skeptics query the truthfulness of her motives, particularly considering her indulgence in costly beauty procedures with circulating allegations regarding her alleged financial need. Amongst an opulent way of life, the story about the funding for Honey Boo Boo efforts draw attention to her financial choices and moral considerations. Factors that this article explores: the complex network of accusations, responses on social media, such as Reddit, and the wider consequences of the activities of Honey Boo Boo in the background of celebrity privilege and individual accountability. The origin of the dispute pertaining to fundraising for Honey Boo Boo's college projects take off after her TikTok public appeal, in which she allegedly requested donations totaling up to $22,000 to ease her financial burden associated with education expenditures, but her request was granted. Doubt expressed by detractors who brought up her obvious spending on opulent cosmetic procedures that prompt inquiries regarding the harmony of her finances. Priorities. A film that features her recently completed nails contrasted with her request for financial support was granted as a spark for close examination and discussion on the internet community's financial difficulties, as well as claims made by privilege. At the center of the dispute is the scene behind Honey Boo Boo's financial difficulties, especially in light of her mother's revelations. The way Mama Jun Shannon mishandled her childhood income, with Mama Jun acknowledging wasting Alana's money and abandoning her with a pitiful amount of $33,000. Inquiries are raised about the sufficient money to support her ideal way of life, which includes living off campus, living costs while living with her partner. Additionally, critics of Carswell on Reddit and other social media networks have stated disbelief about Honey Boo Boo's alleged the element and the privilege, emphasizing the sharp difference between her cash enticements and her luxurious expenditure patterns, undermining public sentiment. The dispute centered around fundraising for Honey Boo Boo's college efforts have sparked a conflagration of thoughts and responses on social media outlets, in particular Reddit, where users have passionate discussions. Additionally, critics denounce her behavior as dishonest and exploitative accusations her of using her notoriety for selfish advantage while ignoring the monetary challenges that she faces. Speculation among followers is rife on the genuine motivations for her efforts to raise money, with some claiming that the money might be used for personal costs, such as attorney fees, for her partner's drain. Carswell. The conversation reveals a stronger sense of disappointment and suspicion of celebrities who interact in self-serving behavior at the price of their supporters' goodwill, revealing moral dilemmas. The primary issue in the dispute is an intricate network of moral conundrums in relation to the effect of celebrities' monetary openness and individual accountability. What Honey Boo Boo did pose relevant queries regarding the public leader's ethical duties in asking of their followers for financial support, especially in circumstances where their monetary struggles are thought to be caused by oneself or made worse by extravagant spending patterns. Moreover, the difference between Honey Boo's financial means and her alleged need for donations highlights more general concerns about income disparity and privilege within the way society navigates repercussions